Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the first day of my holiday countdown series. I am so excited to kick this series off. I've got a lot of really fun videos planned for you over the next 24 days. And today we are starting with a kind of a beginner-friendly, simple tumbler. We're going to use some vinyl that I put together with 311 Co. So if you don't know, 311 Co. is owned by my friend Wendy. She does a whole bunch of vinyl and decals and element sheets and all kinds of stuff. And she asked me if I would do a little fun Christmas collab with her. So we put together a really cool bundle. Everything in the bundle is designed by me. We are going to do a couple tutorials over the next 24 days using this bundle. So if you want to recreate any of these designs that I'm going to use with this bundle, I will have it linked down below in the description box for you. We went with a really fun, bright, colorful theme for this, and I had a lot of fun making these designs and making the tumblers with these designs. So I hope you guys enjoy this first tutorial of the holiday countdown. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you do enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up down below and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you guys like it. Let's go. We're starting with a 20-ounce skinny straight tumbler here. This is a white one, so it's ready to go. And I've got Stardust from Peachy Olive Glitters, and I'm going to take that and mix it in with about 25 milliliters of my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure Epoxy. Now you're looking for a pretty solid glitter saturation here. You just don't want to add so much glitter that your epoxy becomes gritty or sandy. You want it to still be easy to spread on your cup. So I'm going to take all of that epoxy and spread it all over my tumbler, and this is a really easy, quick glitter method. If you want to, you can glitter your tumbler the traditional way and do your 2 coats of epoxy over it. Whatever way you like better is totally fine. We just want a really nice, smooth, glossy surface so that we can go right into our vinyl work after this coat of epoxy. So after that coat of epoxy is cured, we are ready to go into all of our vinyl work, and we're going to use some of the vinyl sheets and a decal from my collaboration with 311 Co. So we've got the Deck the Halls decal, the colorful checkerboard, and then the semi-transparent ornaments. So what I'm going to do is start with my checkerboard, and I'm going to cut just a little strip here. I'm going to go like 3 squares down, and I'm just going to cut that out by hand using my paper trimmer. If you want this section to be larger, of course, make it larger. Totally up to you. If you want to do like a 50-50 split, you can. Whatever you want to do it. So I'm going to cut that down, and I'm going to wrap this around the bottom half of my tumbler, or on the bottom rim, kind of. So I'm going to line that up as straight as I can, and I'm going to use a piece of painter's tape to secure one edge down so that I can make sure everything is wrapped as straight as possible. With patterns like this, you really want to take the extra time to make sure that your 2 halves are going to line up properly, because if they don't, you'll be able to tell. With more busy patterns like florals or things like that, it's a little bit more forgiving if you're not super duper straight, but with plaids or checkerboards or stripes, you want to take the extra time and make sure that you get everything lined up the right way. So we did a pretty good job with our seams here. We don't have any overlap that makes it look weird. We've got pretty seamless look. So now I'm going to go through and just pop any bubbles with my craft knife. Once I've done that, we can move on to the top portion of our tumbler. And like I said, on this top portion, we're using a semi-transparent pattern. So we're going to wrap this around, mark it so we can cut it down. And I'm going to wrap this entire sheet around this top portion of the tumbler. So I'm going to line up the bottom edge of the ornament vinyl with the top edge of the checkerboard vinyl, because we know that checkerboard vinyl is straight, so we can use that as a guide to place the ornament vinyl on the tumbler straight as well. So to apply this vinyl to the tumbler, I'm going to do the same thing I always do. I cut away a little bit of the vinyl backing, secured that little piece of adhesive to the tumbler, made sure that everything was lined up and straight. And now I'm going to take my vinyl scraping tool and I'm going to push the vinyl onto the cup super slowly, pushing the backing away as I go. And once I get to almost the back point, or the starting point, I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut away these half ornaments and try to make this look as seamless as possible. Now when I placed my decal, I ended up cutting a few of these ornaments away. Probably could have done this a better way, but that's okay. We're just going to cut them away and make room for the decal, which you'll see in just a little bit. So I cut a few of these out, put them down, and then I ended up removing them. But if you're not going to do a decal, or if you're going to do like a vinyl decal or something, you can layer right over your ornaments, and this will give you a pretty seamless look. if you wanted to do it this way. So either one. So I'm going to go through, pop any bubbles again, and then I'm going to clean up the top rim here. So I'm going to pull this vinyl tightly up over the top rim, then take my super sharp craft knife and gently cut all of this vinyl away. So I'm cutting at a little bit of an angle because I want to cut away the vinyl from the like top rim, not the very like top edge of the tumbler, if that makes sense, because remember we want to form that final seal with our epoxy. So now it's time to place the decal down, and I'm going to remove this blue ornament so that I can put most of the decal on just the plain white glitter so that it will show up better. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to cut around this ornament and remove it. So if you kind of plan this out beforehand maybe or ahead of time, you can place your decal down first, maybe put the ornaments around it, or you can do what I'm doing here and just cut it out after the fact. It's totally fine, either one. So I'm going to cut around all of this excess area around the decal, and I'm just going to place it down in the center of that little white section that we cleared out. And I'm just going to put it down with the hinge method the same way I always do. So I'm going to put a piece of tape down and then remove the backing and hinge the decal down onto the tumbler. Now I am going to take some more little ornaments and I'm going to cut those out into individual pieces, and I'm going to fill in those 2 gaps on the top and the bottom of the decal to make it look like a more seamless pattern and not like we cut out a section so we could put our decal down. Now we're going to add our vinyl striping before we add a coat of epoxy over the vinyl. If you want to add a coat of epoxy before this step, you totally can, but it's not really necessary, especially if you're using textured vinyl like I am. The textured vinyl hides a lot of imperfections, so you can just layer it right over your vinyl seams and it won't show through. So I'm going to take a thick silver stripe and put that right in the middle of the 2 sheets of vinyl. And then I'm going to take a thinner silver strip and I'm going to place that right above it just to add a little bit of detail. Now I did add another silver stripe on the very bottom to stripe that out. Once that was on, I added my final 2 coats of epoxy, and I'm using my Artist Cure epoxy from Flynn Sisters Supply Shop, of course. And that's it. This tumbler is all done. So here is the final result. I got this final footage while it was snowing outside, which is so festive and perfect. How good is that, right? So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you guys like this collab with Wendy at 311 Co. If you grab this bundle, be sure to tag me in everything that you make with it because I want to see what you guys do with all of these vinyl sheets and decals and everything. Of course, let me know what you think of this video down below in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow for another holiday countdown video. Okay, see you then. Love you. Bye.